zone, touchdown! Stan Rome kept roaming around to the back of the end zone, and finally Fuller spotted him. 6 is a final score, and next year the Vikings go to the Superdome as the fans swarm on the field to enjoy a part of the nostalgia as they say hello and goodbye to the Vikings for the 1981 season.
Very well, not unlike John Riggins of the Redskins. More work, the better he gets. Final play probably of this game and of the 20 years that the New York Jets have occupied Shea Stadium as their home base. And they leave town to the boos of the few that have stayed for the final gun.
Miami's curtain call in the Orange Bowl. For over 20 years, the Dolphins blossomed and battled there to become pro football's winningest franchise since the 1970 league merger.
And Grogan to throw it deep, and it is caught for a touchdown by Morgan over Thompson.
Great call, beautiful pass.
A West Coast team in the final game ever at Fulton County Stadium. In this battle of the birds, the Falcons ruled the roost.
More life than the Seahawk offense here today.
Touchdown.
Finally.
As soon as you said, Lewis Clark gets one. They finally get a touchdown.
Well, I'm proud for Dave Krieg. He's hung in there all day against some.
Dump off to Jones. And that'll be the final play of the game. So the Falcons pick up their 10th win of the year. Victory.
It's the end of a 61-year relationship between the city of Milwaukee and the Green Bay Packers. Favre to throw. Brett Favre. Touchdown, Green Bay. Defensive backs for Green Bay all move back down the field. Klein throws it. Strong arm. 21-17.
Washington at the 1. Play action. Heath Shuler, the rookie, to James Jenkins. Good throw to the big fella. 24-21 Washington. Tony Zendejas from 33. Wide right. Zendejas, naturally, it's his first miss inside the 40 in 20 tries. Well,
now the questions are all over Los Angeles and concerning the Rams. Will this be the final game coached by Chuck Knox? And is this the final game for Jackie Slater after 19 years and playing more games than any offensive lineman in the history of the game?
Busch Stadium in St. Louis, that's the mighty Mississippi in the background, the arch over on the left side of your picture, the St. Louis Rams and the 49ers. People are inclined to forget about Atlanta, except Atlanta. This is Jessie Hester, touchdown from Rypien.
Good afternoon, everybody. The NFL on NBC, an historical afternoon. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns is at the end. On the option, there's the pitch. It is behind. Bieniemy, this time he hangs on to it, and he scores.
But that's what they were left to. Taking seats out by the row. And then some, we don't want it. The Browns players hugging those in the dog pound. Steve Everett, Dana Hall, all the Browns players. Thanks for the memories, said both to each other. 2 plays later, Collins to Willie Green.
Color of money.
Look at him go, he could go all the way. 89 yards, and the Panthers have come back. They lead at 21-17. Collins sight. Down, minute 13 to go. Again, they're inside the 10. George rolls out to Bert Emanuel. Lamar Lathan chases. Patrell picks it off. They want interference. He knocked it away.
They were not all necessarily focused. Some good hits. Carter goes 9 yards for the touchdown. Bengals up 21-6. Chandler and the Houston Oilers eliminated from the playoffs as the Bengals win it by the final score of 21-13.
Sellout. Fans came out to hail the Redskins. Sonny Jurgensen, the victory cigar before the victory. Art Monk, the great receiver. Dexter Manley on hand. John Riggins sharing a few laughs with Sonny. Riggo's blockers, the Hogs.
Up at, in the National Football League, and I don't like plays like this, but I do remember that.
That's a Herschel Walker.
Yeah, he was almost a throwback to that era.
Yeah. Me home. A piece of RFK with him, and then Barry. And the Cowboys in Fuego. The RFK faithful saying one final thank you and goodbye to the place the Skins called home. Still one of the greatest venues to.
Welcome to Baltimore, everybody. Today it's the Tennessee Oilers against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens' final home game of the season.
McNair keeps it. And this time, they say he's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Victory, and I think you send in Johnny Unitas here to take the knee. So many great Colts victories, but it will close its doors with a Ravens victory. And it is over. The Ravens have won it here this afternoon.
They didn't have Jerome Bettis. They had bus fans. Who knows what they had. Santa was there. You know what they had? 50,000 at the Liberty Bowl, the biggest crowd all year.
A field for a few yards.
Rumbling like a Model T, and that sets up 3rd and 16. Rodney Thomas. Look at him go. 25 yards. The Boilers lead it 10-3, second quarter. Play apart. With the score 31-15. Rick Meyer, no time to wallow with Rick Meyer. Warren Sapp, Pro Bowler. Look at him rumble down in deep into Bears territory. Next week, we believed in the Bucs. The Bucs will now host the playoff game. Not so fast to the new sombrero on the play. 3 plays later on 3rd down, Dilfer. Horace Copeland, touchdown. But Dilfer at times really winged it. 10-0 Buccaneers, 89-yard drive. The Lions never get close again. Fireworks. Oh, they're so happy they're going to Venus. The Bucs ecstatic. Barry Sanders not. Tony Dungy, 1 for 1 in the playoff.
Later in the 3rd quarter, we're tied at 16. Cunningham hooks up with Chris Carter. All he does is catch touchdowns. Now 101 of them in his career. Passes Steve Largent for 2nd alone on the all-time list for Carter. John Randall excited because we have one more record to be broken. With $1:08 left, Gary Anderson hits the 39-yard field goal. He now has 164 points on this season. A perfect season, the first perfect season.
The final game ever at Riverfront/Synergy Field, and the Bengal in the Hall of Fame, Anthony Munoz. Class act on and off the field, there to see if the Bengals could get it going. Craig Yeast on the punt return. Oh, he's making Brett Marlon Forbes loses another primary. He can't get him. 10-0 the Bungles. Now, 3rd quarter. Dillon runs right. Cliff Gross looking almost Pete Johnson-like. Dillon, 3 touchdowns, 192 yards. He really didn't play the 4th.